Hey everybody, welcome to Gerald's Kitchen. So tonight I made some Thai green curry, and with that I thought, gosh, I would really like some fried rice. Now I've been trying to be a little bit healthier, so I thought, well, instead of using rice, let's go ahead and use the cauliflower, the riced cauliflower that is. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how I make my riced cauliflower fried rice. Now the cool thing about fried rice is that you can make it from pretty much anything from your refrigerator. It's kind of like an omelet. You just, whatever you have, you can just throw it in there. Sort of like stir fries, which I'll talk about stir fries maybe, in another kitchen episode. But let's talk about what I'm making tonight, which is this fried rice. So what I have is I put together a little dish here where I have some carrot, some green onion, some onion, ginger, garlic, salt. I have some leftover ribeye from the other night that I just chopped up, and I have some egg that's going to go in it as well. And then to that, as far as spices go, I'm going to be using some soy sauce, and one of my favorite seasonings for any type of fried rice is this Golden Mountain seasoning. It says really good. It's like a soy sauce. I can't talk tonight. It's a soy sauce that's kind of mixed with I guess kind of a chicken bouillon sort of thing. Anyway, it's really, really good. It's what really sets most people's fried rice apart, like restaurant fried rice, apart from everybody else. And then we'll throw some white pepper in there, and then we'll be good to go. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started, and this is just going to be fantastic. You'll see. So for the fried rice, one of the first things I'm going to do is heat my skillet up to a pretty high temperature at medium high. I'm just going to let it sit here and get really, really warm. Now, yes, absolutely, if you have a wok, use a wok. I have a wok, I could use the wok, but I'm doing it this way on purpose because I feel that most people probably don't own a wok, and I think that this would be a good way for you to learn without having to go out and buy something that you maybe not use all that often. However, if you have a wok, definitely use a wok. So I'm going to add about a tablespoon or so, can be any kind of oil, just something that can take a high temperature, like maybe a vegetable oil or a canola oil. But in this case, I'm using olive oil. You could also use a grapeseed oil if you wanted. And what I'm going to do is, as this gets hot, I'm going to go ahead and add in my egg. Now, you can just throw your egg in here like you're going to scramble an egg like you normally do for scrambled eggs in the morning. You could do that. However, I like to do something a little bit different because I like a little different kind of presentation on it. So I have my eggs here, and I'm just going to go ahead and pour it in a little bit at a time. In this case, I actually have just enough. In a skillet, I can pour the whole thing in, and I'm just going to kind of swirl it around to make kind of like a thin layer. And I'm just going to let that cook as it is. Once I kind of feel that that's set, I'm going to go ahead and kind of scrape down the sides. Give it a little shake, and I'm going to try and flip it over. And like everything I say about Gerald's Kitchen, doesn't have to be perfect. So that works just fine. So it cooks really, really quickly. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off the heat. And I'm going to go ahead and move this to my cutting board, and I'll cut it. And I'll show you how I do that here in a few minutes. So here's the egg that I removed from the heat. So what I like to do is just kind of roll it up a little bit, like so. And then I'm just going to slice it. And once down the middle. And that's it. The egg is ready to go. Now that I've cooked my egg, I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more olive oil to this, or whatever kind of oil you happen to have. And I'm going to go ahead and start cooking some of the other vegetables. In this case, I have my onion, and I have my garlic, I have my carrot, followed by my ginger. Going to go ahead and give that a quick little stir. And you can see it kind of gets a little bit messy. I'm going to go ahead and turn this down a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and throw my beef in now for my ribeye the other night. This is where you throw in whatever kind of protein you want. It could be chicken, it could be shrimp, scallops, fish, whatever, tofu, whatever you like. So I'm going to let this cook for a few minutes, just kind of get happy. Then I'm going to remove it from the heat, and I'm going to go ahead and add in the cauliflower and cook that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put in my rice cauliflower, but I'm going to add a little bit of oil to it first, kind of like we've done each time before now. And you see it kind of smoking a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and add that in. Now you can use the store-bought rice cauliflower like I did, which is the frozen. You can also rice your own. However, my own experience is ricing your own. It's a big mess. And while it is cheaper, it's just a big mess. And I don't like dealing with the mess. So I'm going to cook this on medium-high heat. I'm going to add in a little bit of white pepper. This is going to be about half a teaspoon of white pepper. One teaspoon of salt. And you kind of want to flavor this soy sauce by taste. I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons. That's just because I happen to like a lot of the soy sauce flavor. And then I'm going to go ahead and add in about a teaspoon or 2 of the Golden Mountain seasoning. I'm going to go ahead and stir that and let it cook through. And I'm going to go ahead and move it up to a very high heat to make the liquid evaporate from this, because remember the cauliflower, not like rice. Rice absorbs the liquid. Cauliflower actually produces some liquid. So I'm going to go ahead and heat this up a little bit more and let that cook through. So now that that's all cooked in together, I'm going to go ahead and add my protein and the onions and whatnot. Give that a good stir. Kind of mix it together real good. I'm going to go ahead and throw in my onion, followed by the egg. I'm going to give it another good stir and then take it off the heat and serve it up.